Okay, so I've heard that some work has been done on the server with our business here, but I don't actually know where it is. Like, is it around back here, or is it literally in a completely different spot? It might be in a completely different spot. Oh, wait, that looks like it might be here. Oh, that is so much bigger than I thought. Oh my gosh, when, how? Welcome back, everyone, to Just Minecraft. It has been a good long while on the server, and this hole was dug out by, I believe, Mr. Cool and Hizuri. And this is for our little business, door-to-door, or door-3-door, as we renamed it. And it should be a bunch of tree farms. So that's mangrove, that's the netherwoods, and I assume, is that just cherry? Or does the cherry one also work with other wood types? I don't know how these function. So, a massive thank you to Hizuri for doing all of that work there, because, I didn't have any part in that. You know how I'm supposed to have built that tree farm, like, months ago? Yeah, I didn't. Hizuri ended up building it instead. Thank you, Hizuri. I'm not a good business partner. However, speaking of the business, I do indeed want to work on some stuff today, because since Hizuri has actually built those farms, you know, we're a functioning store, finally. Does that mean we have prices? 2 diamonds per stack. Okay, you know what? That is very fair given all of the farm. And since we now have a functioning store, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm up to a little shady business. But before that, there is just something which I would like to test, because in my time away from the server, we have actually updated. So if I can just find what I am looking for here, which clearly we don't have any. But since we have updated, I just want to see, does this work? It does. So we now have copper golems on the server, and I believe the way you guys work, I've never actually messed with you, but I think if I put something in this chest, there we go. So you're gonna look at it, and I think you take 16, yeah. And then you go and inspect all of the other chests, and since this one already has copper in it, you go and put it in here, right. So does that mean if I go and then get some gravel, and I chuck it in there, when you're done with the copper, which I'll just help you out, you should go and put it in there? But I think you check all of the other chests first, don't you? So you look in there, there's nothing in there, and then you put it in here, yeah? Yeah, there we go. So with these guys in the game, we basically now have like a properly implemented item sorter and stuff, and I do think they have limits. Like, I'm pretty sure you can only remember 10 chests at a time, and I don't know if the double chest counts as 1 chest or 2, so how many can you remember in reality? But since we have the copper golems in the game now, I was thinking we should do a little work with them and finally work on an idea that I've had in my mind for like just a little bit, and that idea is to do with our wonderful business here. And is it going to help the business? No, it is not at all, because I'm going to be using the business as a front. Front, a person or thing that serves as a cover or disguise for some other activity, especially one of secret, disreputable, or illegal nature. Listen, guys, it's only illegal if you get arrested. So, considering that, what do I want to put the business on as a front for? Well, I am noticing that, oh my gosh, that was a voice crack. I am noticing that the thing I was going to show to you guys has appeared to have disappeared. That didn't make sense. I can't say the word noticing. I am noticing that, there we go, got it eventually. The thing that I was going to show you appears to have disappeared and been replaced with a staircase. Because my little operation, which we're going to be using door-to-door as a front for, is a bakery. You know, remember that thing that we used to kidnap villagers last time? The baking company? I think it's finally time that we set up a headquarters for it, you know? And where better than my other business? Now, what this does mean is I do need to quickly check. Does anything still exist down here? Oh, the old farm does still kind of exist. Oh, no, it entirely exists. Oh, but there's a bunch of empty space over here that I could use. Okay, this is perfect. Door-3-door is about to become the hotspot for my most illegal operation yet. Cake sales. Now, you might be thinking, pineapple, why? It's a bake sale. Why is that illegal? In the UK, sales of food must be registered with local health departments. Along with this, you must ensure that all products are correctly labelled with your allergen information, and all staff involved with the production of food must have a strict health and safety, along with hygiene training. And all of this is to ensure that products remain safe to eat. Now, I have done none of that, thus making any sales of any sort of food that I am involved with illegal. And if you think I'm joking around, just so you know, this can lead to 20k in fines and maybe up to 2 years in prison, depending on how bad it is. And with all of that said, I think we should get to work, and that is going to start with a piston door right around here, I think. Oh my gosh, they're already after me, it's the cops. And right, so this should just be a quick little thing. I need a piston there for the ground, 2 pistons there to pull it back. And I suppose, do I link up the redstone? I feel like I'm gonna need to link up the redstone through this little bit here, which admittedly is tight, but I feel like I might be able to do it. What? I'm sorry? Where did you come from? Okay, when I said I was gonna be making an illegal bake sale business and stuff, I was not expecting so much resistance. But okay, onward from that distraction. I'm pretty sure if I just do that, that should be a long enough pulse extender. And a bit of dirt there. Okay, and that should work. So if I go and put a button here, then I forgot to make it so that this re-enables, don't I? Okay. Okay, so with that in place, if I just go and push that, then it didn't work. There's a reason why I don't call myself a master redstoner, guys. Test number 2. Push the button and it works. So, with that working, I guess we just kind of have to build the bakery now. And I think it would be really funny to try and build this with the aesthetic of, like, an old bar somewhere. I suppose we'd call it a pub here in the UK, but, like, a bar feels more illegal for some reason. And I'm just wondering, do we have bricks or something? Because I feel like bricks would work quite well. Tough could work as a nice trim at the bottom. I might need to go on an adventure to get some bricks, or maybe talk to Hizuri, because Hizuri has a lot of villagers. Hizuri, I would like to request a purchase of brick.
I don't actually know. We need to check. I think bricks is one thing that I just never use, so I am not sure if I have any.
Please, I hope you do.
I don't even know who trades it. Yeah, they're not leveled though.
Yeah, but they still sell brick.
Oh,
that's the wrong guy.
I have 1 stack and 18.
Okay, I mean, I might be able. That might be enough. I'm not entirely sure, honestly. I don't know how many I need.
What are you even building?
Nothing. It's always fun to interact with Hizuri. Now, I may need to... Ow! I may need to actually talk to her just a little bit more, because I do actually need spruce wood. I'm gonna go talk to her. Do any of your farms make spruce wood? But right, okay, so this little area, I'm trying to think, how big do I want it to be? And I feel like 5 blocks tall inside would be nice. As for how wide, I want it to be longer than it is wide in a way. So, I'm trying to think as well. If I'm going with like old sort of bar design, then I feel like maybe I'm trying to do some maths in my head. 13 blocks wide for like 18 blocks long, maybe? That feels like it could definitely be quite good. So, okay, let's start planning this out. Oh my gosh. I'm sure it can be fit. Okay, maybe not. Okay, yeah, so a room about this size, and it almost looks square, actually, but it is slightly rectangular. I think a room about this size, you drop down right here where this crafting table is, which I don't know if I'm gonna keep, but it is at least marking out where the entrance is, right here. And, of course, since this is supposed to be, like, somewhat of a bar and everything, I think I'm gonna put the counter here, and this is where where I would like the bricks to be and everything. It's not going to be around the entire area. I think just around the back behind the bar. And as for the rest of this, I'm probably just going to make use of like dark oak and maybe some sort of planks. I'm not entirely sure. I need something dim. In fact, mangrove planks could work quite well because I know that they're fairly bright, but if I light this up correctly, it may honestly fit really well. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get to work on that because that's gonna be like really slow and boring and everything, and I will see you when we get a bit more to the functionality side. So right, let's build this up quickly. Okay, it's been maybe about an hour, and I will admit, I have built far more than I thought I would, but I am honestly loving how it feels in here. Like, this is perfectly matching the vibe I want. And we're not done. As you can see, this is a little strange. I will explain what that is in a second, and some of you might be able to tell. And also, I would like to swap out the torches for lanterns, because I think they'll have a better vibe. And one of the other things that I'm considering is maybe putting some books in here as well, and I do need some stuff to stock these shelves. But I like what we have so far. I'm not entirely sure if the ceiling was the best block choice, but it does actually fit a lot of the sort of vibes that I took from inspiration pictures. When looking at like old English bars and pubs and everything, a lot of them do have a grey ceiling with like a bit of a curve in the corners and then a fancy pattern around the edge. So I feel like it fits, and as you can see, you do drop down right here, and you kind of hit your leg on the edge of this table, but it's fine. We've got some little stools here for you to sit at whilst you wait and everything, and then of course these shelves which still need stocking. And then we have these paintings here, and I really like the two paintings that I've got here, because this one, it's just kind of dark. It's moody, it fits the exact thing that we're going for. And then you have this one here, and this is one of the newer ones, although I will admit it's been in the game for a while, and I completely forgot it existed, but I got it whilst randomly picking them. And honestly, it just perfectly matches. Like, it's got that sort of very peaceful, I guess, old vibe to it. So it just feels like it fits, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm really proud of this so far. It definitely fits the exact sort of thing that we're going for. And yeah, the exit is just through here. We've got a bunch of stuff in storage, and you're going to learn why I have got some pressure plates to make sure that those doors stay closed in a second. But first of all, I think I am going to need to make a purchase. Knock, knock, it's me, your favorite person, Hizuri. Right, okay, how much is it? Is it 2 stacks? How much? I don't know the pricing. 1 stack. Oh, sorry, not stack, 1 diamond. Gee, oh gosh, 2 stacks would be really expensive. Not like you haven't got some expensive stores already. But okay, that is one thing that I need, and the other thing that I need is right down here. Why is there an arrow in the pumpkin? But right, I need these 4 things here, and then, the iron will do, and I also am going to need some copper. I have a question. Can you smelt copper like this? No. They should add that as a feature. I would really love if they did that. Okay, right. The copper is taking an eternity to smelt. So I want to show you what I'm doing here. So as you can see, I've got some green carpet. And basically, when you put green carpet or just any carpet on top of something like this, as you can see, the signs poke through. So if you do it on a nice little table like this and cover it all up like that, it's a pool table. And, you know, you've got the nice little fancy, like, what are they called? Cues. That. And I can't take credit for the design. This is something that I have seen so many times before. I think back when I played on, like, Pocket Edition and everything is when I found that. And there's a couple more details that I want to try out. So I have some mangrove wood, and I just want to see. If I take the dark red sort of color of the mangrove, and I just put, like, a stair on top there, and then do something like this, and then just a little bit on top to round it off. Maybe. Let's see, if I just do that, yeah, it's looking a little bit better, but if you can't tell, this is supposed to be a jukebox, like an actual jukebox, which I can actually test out because I do think that I've got a disc with me. Yeah, I've got far. Which one's this? Oh, it's that one. And right, okay, I need to go and see, has that copper smelted yet? It has just finished. Look at that. Perfect timing. But right, you can probably tell what I am going to do with these now that I've got pumpkins in my inventory. But of course, because our business down here is just, you know, a little bit illegal and everything, I can't have real staff working here because people talk. So the only way to ensure that your illegal business never actually gets discovered by the cops is to, of course, use workers who don't talk. And if I just go and wax you, then hopefully you will never turn into statues. And there we go, we've just got some guys. You guys good? Yeah? Oh. Oh my god, you are actually kind of terrifying in the dark. But there we go, so we've got the lanterns in, and now for the final detail, because, of course, this is supposed to be illegal. But right now, no one knows it's illegal. And where's the fun in having an illegal business if people don't know it's illegal? Which is why I just need to add a little note. All products sold here are not approved by the FDA, the EFSA, the CFIA, the FSA, the BVL, and the State Veterinary and Food Administration. And now, with a nice fancy outfit on, I think we should go get some business. Alright, have you got a diamond? No, high profile. You gotta pay to get in and everything. What do rich fancy people do? Since our business is now operational, I am very much into the finer things in life now, you know, as an entrepreneur.
We go golfing and ignore all of our problems.
Not quite golfing. I was more thinking high-class dining. Welcome to the Pineapple Baking Company. Totally not illegal underground bakery because we're buddies and everything. Look, let's talk about this over a game of pool.
Oh, okay. Is this functional?
No. Just so you know, this is illegal.
But what?
This business is highly illegal, and I'm using door 3 as a front.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so that's the only
Why do you
reason.
have an illegal business?
Why wouldn't I?
Fair enough, actually.
Wait, what makes this place illegal?
All products sold here are not approved by the FDA, the EFSA, the CFIA, the FSA, the BVL, or the State Veterinary and Food Administration.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, that's what makes it illegal.
What's wrong with our food?
Everything here is illegal.
That's a lot of acronyms I don't understand.
Oh. Oh well.
But anyway, would you like to buy anything?
Yeah, give me cookie.
We're out of those.
Ooh, I'll take a pumpkin pie.
Oh, we're out of that.
You got any healing potions?
No, we're out of those.
A cake.
We're out of that.
I'll take a nice crunchy baguette.
Do you have bread?
Bread.
Yeah, you can have bread. That'll be 1 diamond.
For 1 bread?
Yeah.
That'll
That'll be 1 diamond.
Oh, okay, there we go.
That'll be 1 diamond.
Thanks.
That'll be 1
I'm
diamond.
not... Well, wait, hold on a moment.
Fine. There you go.
Thank you.